Shalom Akim, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem Kwakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Real Well and the Akim, preaching the gospel of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Brother Nash DC Camp, another short lesson to defy the hopeful elect. Alright, so
a diplomatic showdown.
Yeah, so you see that something else always popping up at Esau, man. Babylon. Babylon can't land to chill in peace. But that's the nature of the beast anyway. He can't have no rest because his kingdom is coming to an end. So he has to hurry up and ramp up whatever opportunities he has to the next level. All right. So here in this short lesson, I'm just going to talk quick about how the United States is going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing against Iran, right? Because they got to have world domination, all right? And that's the plan, you know. Iran don't want to be dominated to the fullest extent, so they're going to push back. And this deal that they said, these sanctions and all that stuff that they put in place years ago, that some of it or part of it or all of it is going to expire very soon, and they want an extension. All right, and the other nations are like, really, at this point in time when the whole world is going through a pandemic. So that's how Esau is, man. When the nations are weakened, that's when he likes to make a move on people, you know. To make a move on people. So it's beautiful, man, to see that the Lord Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem Kwakadash is making this known. All right. So without further ado, I'm just gonna pull up some quick precepts. So this is gonna be from the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 15. All right. Book of Job, chapter 14, verse 15. Job 14 and 15. Alright, so this is what it says. You know what? I say Job chapter 14, verse 5. Alright, actually, yeah. Job chapter 14, verse 5. Yep. Job 14 and 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So whatever plans they've got, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 25 years from now, the lack of it is what's worrying them, man. And the Lord Yahweh Shah, God set it in place that America's rulership, the rulership of the West, has to be put to an end. All right, that period mark has to be put on it. That's it. All right. So when it's seeking more extensions to embargo, he wants to have more dominance. He wants to extend his influence, and the Lord Yahweh Shai has already put, restrictions, sanctions on how far America is going to go, how far the EU and the UN is going to go. All this so-called world government, the Lord Yahweh Shai Kwakadash is about to put it down. All right. So Job chapter 14 verse 5 says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So Esau has already been boxed in by the Lord Ba'ashem Ashai Ba'ashem Kwakadash. Alright? And there's nothing he can gain. The whole system is rigged. Alright, Esau's not going to accomplish anything beyond his imagination. Alright, that's how far the Lord Abba Shah has set it to be. Alright, so it's that simple. So I'll play this quick news clip.
A diplomatic showdown that shows no signs of fading. On Friday, the U.S. lost a vote to extend the UN Security Council's arms embargo on Iran, set to expire in October, but Washington isn't backing down. It's argued failing to act comes with heavy risks.
It makes no sense to permit the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism to purchase and sell weapon systems. It doesn't make sense for the European people.
Yep, that's the same story. Esau's gonna keep repeating, man. It's not gonna come up with anything new. Same old script, same old script. It's like playing the same record over and over and over again, and the music doesn't sound interesting anymore. At first, like, oh well, what's this guy singing about? Let me check it out. Like, oh no, he's not saying nothing. And then you're forced to hear it over and over and over, and then you get infuriated. That's what it's like, man. It's no new, no new developments, man. It's same old shit, man. It's always nuclear deterrence. There's, sanctions. There's embargoes. That, traveling restrictions. That, Oh, it was like, the largest, the biggest sponsor of state terrorism. I'm like, well. It's nothing about, one with the Lord about Shimei Shah, shut this madness down. And that's what's going on in Esau's world, man. It's nothing new. All right. So this is from the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 18. It says, I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that the Most High might manifest them, and that they might see themselves, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. All right, these are beasts, man. They keep repeating the same old thing and expecting peace to come out of it. It's not going to be any peace upon the earth, all right? So this book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 18, I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that the Most High might manifest them, and that they might see them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts, all right? So when they claim to proclaim knowledge and understanding and wisdom, they just end up falling flat on their face. So it's just an example of rulership on the face of the earth. It's all confusion.
Either in our view. And so we're going to do everything that we can within our diplomatic tool set to ensure that arms embargo doesn't expire.
Among those tools, say observers, the use of a so-called snapback measure, part of the internationally negotiated nuclear accord of 2015. The U.S. could trigger a process at the Security Council resulting in the reimposing of all sanctions against Iran before 2015 and effectively kill what's left of the deal. The U.S. has already walked away.
Yep, and that's one thing you have to realize, man. So here you have, image of two men. All right, one's passed away, one's a soldier, so-called resistance fighter, thinking upon the messages of his passed away master. So it's always interesting, when you just had the blast in Lebanon, Lebanon and Iran, they're allies, and they support each other. So Esau has to take advantage of the opportunity to do certain things, man. And this is what has come forth. So it's going to create more tension. I mean, the so-called pandemic, man. So imagine the drama, all right? So Psalms chapter 2 verse 1 tells you quickly, it says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? All right, so all this that they're doing is just for show to the people, but what they really want to do is just come up against the Lord about Shema Shai. All right, because in the back end it's saying something different, but in the front, they're talking about embargo, these sanctions, this sanction, that. They're just nothing but actors, beasts, and that's the nature of Esau's strategy. There's public consumption, and there's information that they discuss on the back end, and that's one thing they won't talk about. One person's got to play the bully, one person's got to play the victim, and it's all part of the strategy, all right? Because when all hell breaks loose and the chariots show up to deliver our people, then you see what their plans are, all right? Just like Reagan was talking about. You see Esau talking about Space Force this, Space Force that. All right, it says in Psalm chapter 2, verse 1, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord Yahweh Shabbat Kwakadash, and against his anointed, right? Or against Yahweh and Yahushai and the nation of Israel. Esau is always planning. The heathen is always planning, all right? Edom, Ishmael, Amalek, Moab, Ham, Japheth. They're all planning. They're all planning. Elam too, They're all planning against the Lord Yahweh Shai and against our people, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. And that's what they're doing. They're all part of this so-called agenda for a new world order. All right? And when it's not going to go according to plan, that's when they want to bring out those nuclear missiles. But it's beautiful. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shabbat Shema Krokadash is going to deliver our people out of the hands of these heathen, all right, that are, yelling and screaming that they're not having fair play on the world stage. But that's all right. That's how the Lord has set it up. All right. So verse 4 says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. And that's exactly what they're going through now. Derision.
To kill what's left of the deal. The U.S. has already walked away from the agreement, while Iran has backed down from some, but not all of its obligations, and the country continues to work with the International Atomic Energy Agency. European governments have expressed concerns about Tehran, all the while rejecting the U.S. approach and hoping to keep the 2015 agreement alive.
Yep, and that's what they're trying to do, man. They can't progress, man. So this is the book of Sirach chapter 16 verse 23. It said, he that wanted understanding will think upon vain things. When folks don't have proper understanding of what it means to govern the earth, all they do is come up with vain imaginations and vain plans and vain developments. All right, just waste of time and resources. All right, causing the earth to be out of balance. And the foolish man erring imagineth follies. So that's exactly what Esau's all about. Folly. He doesn't want to acknowledge the Lord there by Shema or Shai. Alright, so it says we are convinced that we must address shared concerns about Iran's nuclear program, its ballistic missile program, and its destabilizing regional activities in the long term. To this end, we continue to believe that what strategy?
We must address shared concerns about Iran's nuclear program, its ballistic missile program, and its destabilizing regional activities.
What strategy of maximum pressure? All right. We continue to believe that the strategy of maximum pressure will not effectively serve this goal, and instead remain committed to holding Iran to account while pursuing meaningful diplomacy and dialogue. So they all saying, these Edomites, man, it's all going down, man. The West, it's all going down. That's why the Most High is calling them brute beasts, man. Follies, beasts.
In the long term. To this end, we continue to believe that the strategy of maximum pressure will not effectively serve this goal, and instead remain committed to holding Iran to account while pursuing meaningful diplomacy and dialogue.
While Russia and China oppose extending the embargo, European states are hoping to broker a compromise.
Yep. So there is no compromise, man. It's all going to lead to World War III. All right. So the Lord Yahweh Shai is about to turn Babylon and the allies and Iran and the allies. They're about to go down the drain. All right. So that's the point there, Akim. Hope you've been edified, and you just gotta pray that you don't find yourself caught up in between, man, because you don't want to be collateral damage. All right. So, salutations to all the apostle group, Mr. Well. and the Iraqians keeping their eyes, for prophecies that's taking place. It's really necessary. We pay attention to measure the times diligently. All right, so that way we're able to keep up with what's going on and to warn the people. All right, Shalom.